Dude, that is a heck of an intro.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the best. It is the best. I mean, I stopped right before. I'm like, yeah. So
I'm over here like head nodding and everything. I'm like, okay, dang.
whatever you were going,
I know.
yeah.
I mean, I've been doing my TikTok dances, so I'm like, hey.
My kid loves those. The
Yeah.
last time he's like, Mom, you got to find that song for me. And I'm like, okay, we're
Yeah.
going to jam out.
Don't worry, we're gonna release some more. My kids literally send me them every day, like, all right, now we're doing this one. I'm like, all right, let's do it.
Oh my gosh, is it a challenge? Is it those challenge ones?
So they just pick the ones that are trending. Because if they're not trending, then no one wants to
No
see it.
views.
So
True. Very true. Yep, it's all
Yeah.
about the likes, right? It's all about the popularity. So
yeah, it's crazy.
all right. Well, thank you everybody for joining us today. Hey, today we have a special guest, Monica, and then we have Susan. And I'm gonna go ahead and let our special guests introduce themselves. So go ahead, Mr. Craig.
All right. I am Craig Eubanks. A lot of people know me as Fence Guy Friday. I also own a fencing business in Indianapolis called Eubanks Fencing. So that's the gist of me.
Mm-hmm.
No, there is so much more to this man than anybody knows. I actually had the opportunity to be on Fence Guy Friday, and I turned the tables around and interviewed him for like half of it.
I'm not gonna lie, it was the first time that it's ever happened, and I was like thrown off. I was like, hold on, you like researched me hardcore. So yes, there are a lot of different things, but yeah.
Awesome. Well, we're gonna go ahead and get down to it.
Okay.
And I guess that's one of my questions. Thanks a lot, Susan. I was going to go ahead and ask to see if there's a first time for something. And then there you go. So that was the Susan one. I'll just take that one out. But we're going to go ahead and get down to a couple of questions. But before we do, I want to know how to get a shirt.
So hold on.
Hold on.
Disclaimer.
No disclaimer.
Susan, I have a different shirt
one
for
of the
you.
first shirts won, and I still haven't received it.
Oh.
So if you can get a shirt, Monica, I'd like to know that too.
It's literally right here. Like if my arm was maybe 3 feet longer, I'd grab it. But so the shirt she's talking about, I did some contests on social media a while back, and she won it. But the shirt you're talking about, so we are we're giving away 200 t-shirts. Compliments of Sean King. He's sponsoring the whole thing. And it honestly was just a joke during a podcast. And Sean was like, he literally called me afterwards, goes, no, I'm serious. And I was like, oh, wow. So basically at my new shop, I'm decorating a whole wall of fence signs and hats and whatnot. And they send them to me, and then Sean's going to send them out. So we've already started getting some coming in. We're going to release some videos as they come in of all the ones that we get and stuff. But yeah, so we have 200 of them that we're going to send out. So send your signs.
Hold on, we just have to send you a shirt to get a shirt?
Oh, you send me a fence sign or a hat. And then it goes up on the wall.
On it.
Yep. And then we'll send them out. And I'll send your other shirt with it too.
So you get 2 shirts, Susan. That's not fair. Somebody's going to go ahead and say that is not fair at all. So favoritism here. So thank you. So all we have to do is just send in a shirt. And, I'm sorry, not a shirt.
A fence sign or a hat. Which I seen Aaron Preston was in here. There he is. Look at that. So Aaron, he had some issues. Like for some reason, my delivery driver would not drop off his sign for some reason. So I gave him a different address to send to, but other people have been able to send them in. So I don't know what the issue was, but so yeah.
How big was the sign? I mean, usually like our sign is about that big. How sign is Aaron's sign? Like was it a big sign or was
well,
it like
I haven't got it yet. Even at the other address that I sent him, but because like I don't have one of my signs sitting here, but mine, it's I don't know, what is it, 6 by
right. Yeah.
4 or something, 6 by 6, I don't know, somewhere around there. The level of people at JC Gurry would know.
I was about to say that. I'm like, you know what? If JC was on here, they would be able to go ahead and tell us all the specs on that for sure.
Yeah.
So I think Aaron says that he's going to send you to the sign.
Well, he said it's because I sent it a COD. That's why.
That'll do it. Andrea wants to know if she sends you a hat and a fence sign, so she get 2 shirts.
Yeah, we'll give her 2. We'll give her 3.
Cool.
Send the sizes. Well, obviously the address too, but which you can't send to my Facebook because I was hacked. So
Right.
I got to start a new one.
Right. So you do realize I'm Latina and I have a lot of family. So how many fence signs what's the limit? What's the cutoff here?
Well,
okay.
For you, since you're in Indiana,
that's
I'm getting 20 of the shirts sent to me to give to local people. So
Okay.
then I'll bring some up to you and James.
Awesome.
Nice.
Which reminds me, James said to say hello, Craig. How are you doing? So I said it.
Yeah.
there.
I
So
love James. James is awesome.
thank you. I love him too.
Yeah.
But okay, that sounds great. Yeah, so 20 shirts for local NCI, and we are part of Indiana. So you're more towards Indianapolis, and we're a little bit more towards,
Yeah.
I don't know. I get so directionally challenged, north, south, east. Just tell me where the McDonald's is, where the Burger King
Yeah.
is, or that is about it, and I can make it there. So
It's funny.
it is awesome to go ahead and have you on here with us. I
Mhm.
appreciate that. I feel I've known you for a little bit, so I feel a little comfortable,
Yeah.
to go ahead and ask you some questions. So here's the first one.
All right.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. They can't be worse than what Susan did. So
That's true. Yes.
let's
yes.
go.
That's true. Okay. So people want to know. Okay. I want to know
Mhm.
because I can nearly handle my daily routines or, on a daily basis, everything that I do. How
Mhm.
do you do it? So as a fence owner, a family man, how do you balance your personal life with your podcast hosting duties? And what else do you put on your plate?
Well, a lot. So I have 4 kids also. So and they range from 17 to 11. And they all do sports. So we have that going every night of the week pretty much, and then weekends, games, obviously. But I would say as far as like Eubanks fencing, Fence Guy Friday, all that stuff goes, I have over the year we've created a pretty good team. So I took my office manager, Jessica, and transitioned her to social media. And so she handles all communications with Fence Guy Friday and stuff. She now handles all that. So all the guests get emails from her. She gets all their things and stuff and sets all that up. And then I heard Georgian, or we call him G. He lives in the Philippines, but he answers the phone for us and does all of our things like that. Then our sales guy handles that. So handles sales. But I mean, it was just at first, it was not like that. I was running around doing everything. And then I also used to own another company running youth basketball tournaments. So, and then this is the first year that I shut that down because people are crazy, especially at youth sports. So,
You
so
can
I was
get
like, you know what?
physical.
Yeah. I was like, we're just going to focus more on Fence Guy Friday and focus more on the fencing business.
Awesome. Yeah, James told me that you were really busy. I'm like, I wonder what else does he do? He's like, he does a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I'll ask him. So, out of all of your routines, what do you have any routines or habits that help you stay organized and focused? Because I'd love to know. And I love the links or a book.
Yeah. So I would say no, I don't have a certain way.
No secret sauce.
No secret sauce. I'm gonna throw it back at my team again because they do a great job of keeping me organized. And Google Calendar is our friend. I mean, I share everything in there, so they know my entire personal schedule as well. And I mean, they stay on top of me for a lot of things, but usually, like, obviously, I do my same routine as far as checking my emails and things, and they send me end of day reports and stuff. So then I know exactly what's going on. But we honestly, every morning, we get on a call like this and we just talk about what's going on, goals, everything, and then we get rolling. So it's usually
So,
30 minutes to an hour.
So as the leader of your company, relinquishing that control, how long did that take and how hard was it?
Well, we've been open since 2018. and this is the first year. So that tells you, really, it's just, and most people in the industry and you guys know, it's just hard to find good people. And
Yes.
it's hard to find people that are passionate like you are and, have the same goals. Now it's easy whenever, we're all, most of the time it's all spread out. And like we all have the same goals, but like Monica and James, they're 45 minutes to an hour north of me. So it's, they're not going to come down here every day and stuff. So yeah, that's just the key. And it takes a while to get set up.
Yeah. I think the key, I think you said it. Somebody said teamwork is a dream work, because that makes the wheels go round, honestly. If I know that it probably was really hard for you to let go of those reins, wasn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Right?
It is.
So,
but I forget who it was. It was either Sean or Robert Whitaker. One of the two was like, you have to trust someone. If they can do it 75% as good as you can, you got to trust them to do it. And I just had to like start, okay, well, they're like 74, so we'll be okay.
Yeah, so, right?
Yeah.
I recently listened to a podcast that said you should hire for them to fit in with the team as opposed to based on skills. Yeah. Skills can be taught, but making sure that they fit in with the culture and how you like things done, that's irreplaceable. Like it's harder to find that, right?
Yeah.
So like, man, that hiring process is really where it all begins, to be able to let go. And so has your business grown since you allowed your team to thrive?
Good question.
Yeah, I would say, so here's a weird thing. And just being completely honest, because sometimes I'm told I'm too honest, but so our sales numbers for the quarter are down just a little bit than they were the year before. But we were able to make that up in profits. So we're getting jobs done quicker. We're smarter on how we're doing it. And so then I'm like, obviously when I seen the numbers, I was like, whoa, man, how are we like, and it wasn't a huge number, but still you start freaking out like always. And then I was like, well, hold on. We're doing much better financially than we ever have. So it was definitely like, okay, well, I guess this will work. So, yeah.
Was it a get out of your way moment? Because James says, I have those moments, like get out of my way moment, because I'm doing something. If I was just got out of the way, things would have been a little bit smoother. So do you think it was one of those moments?
Yeah, because I mean, we obviously, as owners and operators and stuff, you always want everything perfect. And sometimes it ends up spending way more time there than you should. And I'm not saying that, other people take shortcuts, but another guy's not going to do it just like you do. And it's still probably right, but mine is like slower, thinking about it a little bit more. Okay, is it perfect? Oh, no, I'm taking that one out, where
there's more than one way to skin a cat, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And that's okay.
Yeah. And people don't get that sometimes though. They're like, no, it's got to be my way.
Right. I agree. So how do you like that VA, right? Answering your phones, and doesn't that help you stream things a little bit better?
It does. He helps out tremendously because I had Jessica doing that, and then she was also helping with social media stuff. So, and then it was like, man, I don't know. And she was so much better at social media because she doesn't like talking on the phone to people. But at the time, it worked out perfect because of the way that she, I needed her. And yeah, so.
Awesome. Well, we have a question for you.
Okay.
Which I didn't have this in my question, so thank you, Aaron. Who came up with My Fence Guy Friday logo?
The logo itself?
Yes.
Jessica, my social media lady. She created that, and so basically she took my Eubanks fencing cartoon character, and then she put everything else on it and readjusted things, and I was like, okay, go girl, like you got this.
So, you got an eye, you got an eye. I love that.
Yeah, and I'm colorblind, so I was like, looks great. so yeah.
Well, now we know.
In
right?
yellow.
Yeah. I'm like, it's awesome.
So no wonder when Susan said, "Hey, you match your background," Eubanks
Yeah.
didn't say anything at all.
Nope.
He was just
I was
like,
like,
"Yeah, crickets."
yeah,
Right?
they look similar.
So it says like Jessica sounds like a rock star, so she does sound like a rock.
100%.
She's a keeper.
100%. Yeah.
And you want to keep those individuals. So
Yep.
what helps you stay motivated and inspired to lead your business?
You guys, everybody. So seeing the social media and obviously it's a great thing to see what people are doing and how they're growing, and then obviously talking to people, and it's this I think that's the motivation thing. And obviously there's a cliche answer like my family keeps me motivated and stuff, but obviously we all do it for those reasons. So I would say just from seeing people, like now I'm like super pumped to release our new intro video because I'm like, dang, look at that intro. Like, that's nice. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Awesome.
2
Another
minutes on
question.
Canva.
Yeah. I don't know where Jessica makes hers, but like she actually had me review one yesterday and I was like, man, that's pretty cool. So I'm excited.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I can't wait. It's releasing this Friday?
Probably. Yeah. Which, yeah, we don't have a Facebook for Fence Guy Friday right now, but yeah. So
you can still watch it on YouTube and LinkedIn.
Yeah, YouTube and LinkedIn, and then we'll probably still release it on Eubanks Fencing Facebook page because for some reason we still have that. So
okay. And you did want to go ahead and build up your following in YouTube, so this would be the perfect opportunity to go ahead and do it right now. So these things happen for me. Yeah. So then, what inspired you to start your podcast, and how has your journey evolved from when you first thought about it?
So my podcast started as a joke. I was doing videos for homeowners on our Eubanks Fencing Facebook page because I got tired of going and getting asked the same question over and over and over. So I was like, you know what? We're going to start releasing like a series of videos. I'll refer everyone to when I'm on the way to their house and stuff, in the time that they have, check those videos out. And it like took away all the questions. So you don't get asked the same things and have to say the same spiel over and over. And then sometimes it brought up better questions. So I was like, all right, cool. Well, and then one day, because we were getting monetized through Facebook, and then it asked you to do reels and all this. So, and then I did a reel where I was like, all right, we're going to take a second to thank our sponsors. And I played a cricket sound, and then that thing went viral. And honestly, Contractor Accelerator called us first and was like, hey, we want to sponsor you. We want to sponsor the podcast. And I was like, this is awkward. There's not a podcast. I'm like, so then that was the start of it. And yeah, the name actually came from Joe Everest because a lot of people don't know this, but he used to be called Ask a Fence Guy on Friday is what it was. And then his transitioned into what it is now. But yeah, so I asked him, I was like, hey man, can I get Fence Guy Friday? Like, are you cool with that? And he goes, oh, go ahead. Yeah.
That is
good luck, man.
Aaron, start a show. We'll watch it. I promise.
Yeah, it is. It does take a lot of work to do, but it's fun. It's fun to talk to different people and stuff and hear different stories all across the country and world. Because we have had people from across the pond on. So
awesome. What is one thing that you wish you knew when you first started the podcast?
I wouldn't say new, but I would say I wish that I had more confidence heading into the podcast as I do now. Because when I first started, I was kind of intimidated because I'm like, dude, I'm interviewing guys out here that are like, killing it in this and girls. And it's like, and here I am, I'm just a little old guy. Like, I'm just a regular person. And so it was a little scary at first. And then now it's just like every day because we're almost to 1 year. So, yeah.
So, Michaela, I was going to do the same thing too. Can we play a cricket song? Does anybody have a cricket song so that way we can get sponsors for the retreat? So
if I had prepared for that, but I'll make us one 100%, taking it from the Fence Guy Friday wallet there.
Can you hear my crickets?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's exactly what I played.
Thank you. And Women of FWA are looking for sponsorship for the Fence Show and for our retreat and for our Q&A podcast here. If you are interested, reach out to womenofFWA@gmail.com. And thank you to our sponsors.
JC.
Gary?
Oh, I was waiting for him to play the crickets.
Oh. There it is. It's on delay.
We need to get on board with this, okay? Before the show starts.
Yeah.
So
that wasn't in the notes.
No, it was not in the notes. So I thought it was gonna be like the wave thing, right? So you say who's sponsorships, and then it goes up, and then it goes down, but forget it.
I was just doing a Brady Bunch thing. I was just pointing at the net.
Yes. So okay, so crickets, whenever you can, just play those crickets, and money will just start coming down.
On it.
All right. So how has your family influenced your approach to hosting and creating content?
So we love to dance. So we do make some fun dances on TikTok, or not TikTok, YouTube. I would say there's pros and cons, right? Because the family doesn't like that it's every Friday. And so it's difficult at times because, kids running around and stuff. And so they sacrifice themselves with understanding that, it's kind of like my thing to do or whatever. But, and that's sometimes why we do start later, because then I can get things done and then we're back home and stuff. So, and then, it's easy to do that way. So what was the second part again?
So the second part was the creating content. So I'm sure that they have a big influence on creating content, right? Like trending things.
Yeah. So I have 3 teenagers that are always on TikTok and stuff like that. So I get messages all the time. Dad, we should do this. Dad, do this. I'm like, all right, I guess. I'm like over here with plantar fasciitis and like hips going out. I got back muscle. Like, yeah. But the new one that's going to be coming
impressed by your social media following though?
What's that?
Are they impressed by your social media following though?
Yeah, they what is it? I forget what they said. It's not Riz, but there was something, because Riz is like, we called it flirting, I guess, but that was something that,
well, not a big.
Yeah. So then I forget what it was called. Aura. That's what it is.
Aura.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I'm not really sure, but apparently Dad has aura. So I don't know what it means. I'm hoping that's not bad. Maybe we should Google it or chat GPT.
Right. Right.
Like, is this okay? But yeah, I mean, they send stuff and then I like having fun and it's good time with them. And I hope that obviously when I'm, 80, 90 years old, they're like, Dad, you don't get around like you used to. And then they remember those times. So it makes it fun.
Awesome. Have you guys done that challenge with make a cake where you have to go like paper? I can never do it right. Paper, scissors, rock, or what is it? Rock, paper, scissors. And then you have to go ahead and have like the flour and then you have to smash the person on the pillow if they get the wrong. No?
That sounds intense though.
I think I need to send it to your teenage daughter so that way they can go ahead and do the challenge with you. Definitely.
Yeah. We're supposed to be doing some new dance. But I told him I wasn't sure about it because it was a P. Diddy song. So I was like, oh, I don't know. I feel like it might be a little controversial right now. So maybe we should wait. So we'll see if that one ever comes out.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So to your fencing, as a fence owner, so how has your experience as a fence owner shaped the stories you tell or the advice you give?
I would say it helps a lot because, we've been through the ringer. We've been at the very bottom and I wouldn't even say we're at the very top. but we're trying to climb there, but we've been there. We've had coaches in the industry. We've been part of Mr. Fence Academy. We've been part of Purple Coaching. You know, and they all have their pros and cons to them, and they're all perfect. It just depends on what you're looking for, really.
Right.
And just taking snippets from everybody and then trying to twist it into the Eubanks fencing way, it's really helped us out tremendously, honestly. And we've grown so much, and I would say that's one of the things that gave me much more confidence, because then dealing with all these people across the country, you're like, man, everybody else is going through the same things we do, and you're not the only one, and everyone's trying to make it to the top or get close. And so then, yeah, we just shape things and get rolling, put our head down.
Awesome. So I know that everybody wants to know the scoop, right? And how I can look good or professional and confident in a podcast. So when you ask or you invite a guest onto your podcast, what is the most important thing a guest should do to prepare for that podcast?
I would say, oh, we got a hand raised. What is it?
Yes, Susan? I can't.
And you're muted.
Oh, are you serious? Oh, I've been wired internet.
Yes. Wired internet. Because yes, I would say I had Brett from Fence Track on one time, and he did his from a phone, and he was in a warehouse. Only time, like, his actually worked perfect. And I was super surprised, but like other people have tried, and it's just like, no one wants to watch any kind of, if you have good video, usually they'll pay attention, or the audio's got to be really good though, because then they won't.
It says that Craig has aura. Google says a performer is said to have aura when displaying exceptional talent, charisma, and other inspirational qualities. Oh. Thank you, Karen.
Thank you, Karen.
So that's a good thing. Look at your kids. Yeah.
Over here, like, Dad's got aura. Like, everybody gets increased allowance now.
I love that.
You heard it here, and it's recorded, so you can go ahead and hit them up later for it. So no problem.
More question for you, because we're kind of wrapping up here in just a second. And I know Monica probably has one more question. So my question for you is, what is your advice to anybody on Facebook on how to protect their account?
Oh, shots fired.
Wow.
Change your password often. All right. Yeah. Because, okay, for the last 2 or 3 weeks, I would be getting notifications. Hey, someone's trying to log in from Thailand. Someone's trying to log in Europe, California. I just kept hitting no. Really, I should have probably changed my password, because then obviously, but I was like, well, I feel like if I hit no, Facebook will think or know that it's not me, and they'll stop it. Right. And then trying to get your account back is the worst. So don't let it happen.
Yeah, go into your Facebook on your phone and log out of all accounts.
Yeah, I know
I do that regularly.
Yeah, I don't have to worry about that now.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so what's the funniest or most unexpected thing that happened during a podcast episode? Or
oh man, I don't know. There's been so many weird things happen.
Susan's not one. We've already discussed Susan, so.
I mean, there's been so many different crazy things. But I wouldn't say anything like way crazy where it's like, oh my gosh, I remember that one. But like, I mean, you always have, like Susan, like you always have kids or something come in the screen, which that's just like normal stuff. And then sometimes dogs barking. But yeah, I mean, nothing crazy, I wouldn't say.
Okay, well, that one didn't count, Susan. That one didn't count. Okay, so.
Because I was gonna say, I have one more question too.
Okay. All right. So you already kind of answered mine. So Susan, you go to yours, and then I'll do mine really quick. So.
Okay.
Will you be at the Fence Show in October this year?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
I'm trying to. I'm going to say it depends on how the year goes.
I get that.
Yeah, because I will be honest too that it gets to be a lot, and I know there's some guys out there that travel all the time, but it gets to a lot with all the kids and stuff, and then it's in the middle of football season. So
you can watch football on one of these,
but I can't
anywhere.
watch my kids play.
Oh, you mean okay? You mean actual like real life
and
sports.
I'm only saying I've only missed one of my kids' games one time in all the years that they've been playing. So it hurts me to not be there.
Awesome.
I get that. I totally get that.
Yeah. So
awesome.
We'll see how it goes.
Even if there was some kind of maybe sponsorship, I mean, I don't know, right? But would that even entice you to come over and have like a booth and you can do some?
Oh, like if somebody paid for it? I mean,
just saying. Crickets,
Monica,
where the crickets?
Money like that?
Where the crickets?
I mean,
clearly it just falls for you.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't know. Or should we? Is a sponsorship paying for it?
I mean, I don't know. That's why we have crickets, so that way, if anybody out there, I'm
public
saying.
service announcement.
There you go.
Okay. Which I know someone brought in Wood Bully last year, didn't they?
Yes, that was
Was it Fence Armor?
Fence Armor. Thank you.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, let me go ahead and do the last one. If you can invite any famous person to be a guest on your podcast, who would it be and why?
Mr. Beast.
My kid loves him.
Who's Mr. Beast?
Oh my goodness. You don't know who Mr. Beast is?
I don't have kids anymore.
I'll just say this. The reason why Mr. Beast is because that guy has done so well through YouTube. Like if you look at his beginning videos and stuff, like he'll tell you exactly how to get better on YouTube and stuff. It just takes time. And we've started doing a lot of those things just because I'm like, man, this guy, I mean, he makes millions off of just making YouTube. And I say just making YouTube videos, but it is a lot of work of what he does. But I'm like, man, I'm just trying to get a little bit there so that way we can start giving out free fences. So, yeah.
I'm gonna have to look it up for sure. That's a task for me. So you've got a task also to get a challenge done about making a cake, right?
Yes.
And then Susan, you have what task do you have?
I have to get some shirts from Craig. That's my task. Waiting on shirts.
That is right.
I wish I could reach that shirt. I'd show you. It's right there.
And then how can you go ahead and get a shirt, Mr. Eubanks?
So if you guys send a fence sign or a hat to us, I would say message us, but now you can't. Email me at craig@fencingbyeubanks.com. If you email me, I'll make sure it gets sent out. Sean King is actually the one that's going to send them out to everybody. And then, send me your sizes, your address, things like that. And then we will get it out to you guys and make sure that you have a cool shirt, which it is a little different. So it says like, it's got our logo here. And then on the back, it says, real stories, real experts or something like that. I'm pretty sure.
Nice. And then we should all get one and then we should wear them on that day.
Yeah.
So that way, I think it's a great idea.
I think it's cool.
So thank you so much for being with us today. And again, we're the Crickets. We need sponsorships for the retreat.
Yes. Get them going.
And for Mr. Eubanks to go ahead and come out to Las Vegas, right? So definitely thank you again for everybody for watching. And we'll be here next Tuesday with a new guest. So thank you, Mr. Eubanks.
Yep.
Thank
you
guys.
Thanks for having me.
Bye.
Bye.